Hi everyone, you're most welcome to our third lesson. In this lesson, we are going to look at the accounting vouchers. Come to vouchers, press enter. Make sure to select your starting date or the date on the source document, 1st of July 2022. Enter. Then after that, you should be sure of what you are entering. Right now, what's highlighted is the receipt. You should know that this receipt is a general receipt, and the general receipt is it is evidencing or capturing a transaction that shows that an accounts receivable has paid the amount due, either partially or fully. Then once it's a cash sale, we shall come here and select cash or bank. This shows that at the moment of selling, are we receiving the cash like at hand, or are we receiving the cash at bank? So we shall select cash since it's one of the accounts which come already installed in the accounting software package or incorporated in the accounting software package. You can go and edit it however. Then the delivery note numbers, these are not necessary, but in case you do have, you might say 01 or whichever number is there, 1st of July 2022. Yes. Then you can also fill in these dispatch details where necessary. For example, the motor vehicle number. It can be a UAV, maybe 302. You enter. It will show you the party details, buyer or bill to. We might decide to leave it anonymous, or you can select which party is buying. So let us leave it as cash. Mailing name cash, etc, etc. Country Uganda, sales tax number, we ignore that. Then the sales ledger shows that it's either a cash sale or a credit sale. Now, if you remember, I first opened the one which was just stating receipt, this one, and I said receipt captures transactions which are receipts of cash from accounts receivable, meaning credit sales, and then cash is going to be used under the sales F8 selection, which receives cash on sale. So that's the difference. Credit sales, they are the ones which we looked at prior to this, and then cash sales, they're the ones recorded under this. So the other ones recorded in this manner. We selected cash, then we are going to come and create an account which is cash sales, enter. So this is a sales account, it's a sales account, enter. Type of ledger, this is not applicable, but in case you want to customize it more, feel free to select any of those options in the drop down keys. Enter bank details, we don't want to disclose it, you say yes. So realize that we have sales ledger and we've selected cash sales. Since we are receiving cash on sale, we are also going to record a credit sale, and you see the difference between this and the one which I hinted on earlier on. So we've selected cash and cash sales. Name of the item, let's select Hima cement. I just typed H and it brought Hima cement. I press enter. Quantity 2 bags, correct. However, it's going to say negative stock. Why? We haven't yet purchased the stock. But since in the real world, it's possible that at this time, the records had not yet been recorded, but the transaction had occurred. So what we are going to do, the person recording the sales transaction, for him, he won't be concerned about the stock transaction. So let us record this, and we shall see how it will balance itself once we also capture the inventory transactions or the purchase transactions. So we are selling 2 bags. That is a good warning. We press enter at a rate of 32,000. Yeah, this is also depicting the inflationary increase. Enter. Bags, yes, we are selling bags. The total amount is 64,000. Enter. Maybe you can also say that we are selling Kampala cement. He also took 3 bags of Kampala cement. It's still warning us that negative 3 bags, meaning we don't have stock at hand. However, we are assuming that the transactions already took place, but they hadn't yet been recorded. Maybe they have just adopted this tally system and this is happening. Yeah. So we put that maybe Kampala cement is a little bit expensive by 500 shillings, 32,500, and the units are bags. Just enter, 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 enter. Now, under the narration, you can hint. These narrations, we are going to see their advantage as we move on. You can say cash sale of 2 bags of Ima cement and 3 bags of Kampala cement at 32,000 and 32,500 respectively. Yeah, that's just a hint. You can even further state the reference number, etc. However, since they are already included in the source document, if the reviewer or auditor wants to see those details, they will have to double click on this transaction like we shall see ahead of this. So you say yes, you've captured the transaction. Now, how do we capture a credit sale? A credit sale, we are going to create, you see, what's happening here on the party's account or name. There is cash, there is equity, there is Standard Bank, and these are equivalents of cash at hand and cash at bank respectively. So what's going to happen? We are going to create a new account receivable, maybe HK Hardware Limited. HK Hardware Limited. Enter. So this is sundry data. This is a sundry data accounts receivable. Maintain bill by bill. Yes. Enter. Maybe the address we can say Nakawa. Enter. District. We can say Kampala. Enter. The code we can ignore. Enter and accept. Delivery note. I think you're now familiar with this. Motor vehicle number. In case they have sent a motor vehicle, you can include it here. Maybe UAX 315. You enter. So we've selected our party. So you can see that under the party account, we've put there the accounts receivable. Who is receiving this credit sale? Then we are going to come here and create, under sales ledger, we are going to create credit sales. Initially we had only cash sales, so credit sales. This is under sales accounts. Enter. Invoice rounding, not applicable. Enter. Yes, so you can see they are tallying. HK Hardware Limited and credit sales. Name of the item we are selling. Now another thing, let's see how to create a new item when you're here. For example, I'm typing trowels and they are not there. Trowels are not there. I can come here and I create the item right from here. I can say maybe let me say tiles. Or to make it more interesting, let me use something we are more familiar with. Spray cans. And maybe I want to make it more understandable. Spray cans, 20 liters. Spray cans 20 liters under primary units. So under we can also create a group for this. We can say that equipment, primary. Should quantities of items be added? No, since it's primary and it's a group. Then we want to know which units the spray cans are in. You can see the reason I included that spray cans 20 liters. Once we create another spray can denomination, we shall need to identify or differentiate them in the accounting process. So we can create this unit, symbol, liters. Sorry, these are cans or pieces. Cans or pieces. So let's use PCS, pieces or cans. Use any unit you want. 0 decimal places. Rate of duty, it's the same. It attracts 18% VAT. However, where it's going to be used for agriculture, it will attract 0%. So you need to be careful. Enter. Spray cans. Quantity, how many pieces or cans did we sell? We sold 50. At what rate? It's still saying negative stock. I explained that and we're going to resolve it based on our assumption. So we're going to assume that each can is 35,000. Let's not make it too expensive. I think it's still expensive, but anyway, for learning purposes, let me say 25,000. Enter. Then maybe we also sold to this person cement. You can see Hima cement, Kampala cement, spray cans are also included here. So you can see I can come here and say this person here bought from us 100 bags of Hima cement. You can note that the rate has been brought automatically. However, in an event that maybe we gave a discount to this person, feel free to change or edit this rate here before you continue. So we can enter. We can select an against reference. This is going to help us to track the transaction. Has this person paid us? How is he consistent? How much has he paid? So let's select against reference, which is 2. Enter. So the narration, you can say, sorry, credit sale of 50 pieces of spray cans at 25,000 and 100 bags of Hima cement at 32,000. You can even say to HK Hardware. And you can leave it at that, or you can further explain whichever you want the auditor to see in the narrative notes or the accountant. You press enter. Yes. So we've seen how to record a sales transaction. We've seen how to record a sales transaction. We come under sales and we do the needful, F8 sales. So I hope you've benefited from this. And again, I emphasize that please share with your colleagues, escape and go to the gateway of Tally. Share with your colleagues so that we can be able to improve our skills. So at this scenario, at this juncture, allow me to show you what happens in the daybook. Let's go to the daybook and press enter. The daybook, it's going to show us all the transactions which have occurred at that selected day or days. Yeah. So we are going to come here to expand the selection. To expand the selection, you can press to expand the selection, sorry. You can press Alt and F1 to expand the selection. Sorry, I got a technical issue. Press Alt and F1 and it will expand. To undo it, Alt F1, it will go back. So when you press Alt and F1 to expand it, you realize that you'll be able to see that on 1st of July 2022, I made two transactions, two sales transactions. However, one of them was this one and one of them was this one. The first one was a cash sales and the second one was a credit sales. You can be able to see further along the way, along our journey. We are going to realize how important the daybook is. However, let's go to configure. Let's go to configure. You can see that we can show the narrations. Press Y and enter. Detailed or condensed, we want detailed. Show bill-wise, enter. The rest, leave them as they are. Yeah. So I guess you are now seeing the advantage of or the benefits of the narrations. Now assume that the auditor or the accountant is at this stage and looking at the transactions in the daybook. You'll be able to see that on 1st of July, this transaction was a sale. However, it was a cash sale and of this amount. But this amount is broken down into a cash sale of 2 bags of Hima cement and 3 bags of Kampala cement at 32k and 32.5k respectively. And also, another sale was made, but it was a credit sale to who? To HK Hardware Limited at a tune of 4,450,000. Then in the narration, you'll be able to see the explanation stressing that it was a credit sale of 50 pieces of spray cans at a rate of 25k and 100 bags of Hima cement at a tune of 32k to HK Hardware Limited. So in case the auditor or accountant is interested in seeing further details, they come here and press enter to go back to the transaction. Note that they will have the rights to edit and do the needful in case of correcting errors, maybe the date, maybe anything else. So we can escape, for example, the auditor realized that actually by liaising with the accountant, there was a mistake made by the data entrant, and this was supposed to be 2nd of July. 2nd of July 2022. They will come and correct it. Enter, 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 enter. However, to avoid all this, you can just come down here and accept the transaction. So you can see that it has been sorted. It has been sorted and the transaction of 2nd July has disappeared. This brings us to our next stage, which is come here on the date and select 2nd of July 2022. You'll be able to see that transaction which we have changed. Yeah, so we can go back by escaping. So we've seen how to capture a cash sale and a credit sale. So we are going to also look at how to receive cash from the creditor. Go back to accounting vouchers and go to receipt. Remember I said this receipt of F6, it's the general receipt, and the general receipt acknowledges receipt of cash from an accounts receivable. So we'll come here and type the account which is receiving the cash. Are you receiving it as cash at hand in your own hands or in the wardrobe of the business, or are you receiving via bank? They normally pay cash or via bank. Assuming they are paying to equity, we shall select equity. Then under particulars, we shall select from whom is this cash coming. We shall say it's HK Hardware Limited. We select HK and we shall put the amount HK is paying us. Let's say HK is paying us 1 million. Press enter. Again, it's reference of 4,450,000. You press enter, 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 and then you can put further details here. For now, I'm going to ignore them. The bank name, which is using to pay to our equity bank, etc. Then the narration, you can say received UGX 1 million from HK Hardware Limited. So HK was happy and he paid us on 3rd of July. So let's go and change the date. He paid us on 3rd of July. So we press enter after changing the date. Let's first press enter and accept the transaction. Then we escape, gateway of tally, go to the daybook. To make it more interesting, we are going to see that HK Hardware Limited has a general receipt. We press enter and we change the date to 3rd of July 2022. So the date has refused. The date has refused. I don't know why. The reason goes back to this is an education mode. It will restrict some dates. So let's leave it at 2nd of July 2022 and we accept. So don't be surprised when such issues happen when you're in education mode. They won't happen when you are not in education mode. So we've looked at how to receive cash. If you press Alt F1 and expand, it will be better. We've looked at how to receive cash from an accounts receivable. So we've looked at a cash and credit sale as well as receiving that cash. Maybe now what's next is depositing the cash sales to the bank accounts at the end of the day, because this is normally done on a daily basis. So we come to vouchers and then we select contra, the F4 contra. Then we shall select which account is receiving, maybe equity, maybe Standard Chartered. So let's say equity, and then we are receiving from cash. Another cash we have 1,600,000 and we have 161,500. So we shall do that 161,500